Please be seated. So once again, let us gather our thoughts, recollect the kindness of the Triple Jewels, and place our palms together to request Geshe to give teaching according to the well wishes and capacities of the students. Geshe, kindly give us teaching.
I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanye Joda Sogi Chonam No Chanju Padu Tani Gyapsuch Bage Jinso Kebe Sonamgi Tulabi Gil Tubarai Shom Sanye Joda Sogi Chonam No Chanju Padu Tani Dage Jinso Kebe Sonamgi Chola Benjure Sanye Dubarai Shom Sanye Joda Sogi Chonam No Chanju Bado Dani Gyapsu Che Dage Jinso Kebe Sonamgi Chola Benjure Sanye Dubarai Shom Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Te Sham Datha Gato Yavatat Te Sham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramana Yesva Yeda Prabhavam Hetum Te Sham Datha Gato Yavatat Te Sham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramana Yesva Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Te Sham Datha Gato Yavatat Te Sham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramanaya Swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well as taught by the Great Seer. Okay, this morning what we'll be discussing, anyone who can remind us, anyone who remembers what we discussed this morning, the last part that we left with? Yes. Buddha nature and anything else, we've gone a little beyond that. Obscurations, and if you can, yes, the girl over there. Karmas, yes. Okay, we are talking about the Buddha nature, and if we have the Buddha nature, ultimate treasure exists within each one of us, and we don't have to feel, as they say, the and the envious of what others have is all just what you see others have, multiply that with infinity. This is what you have. This is reality. It's not a story. So, Buddhism, if that is there, then the question is that how can they say why it is not they manifest? Because that is obscured by the defilements, like the water. Very dirty water, however dirty water is, there's a purity there. And how do you know that? Remove the dirt and the purity, you don't bring it from anywhere outside. It's right within there. So this is what the Buddha himself taught, and His Holiness actually oftentimes cite. His Holiness cites from Acharya Nagabodhi. Acharya Nagabodhi, one of the students of Arya Nagarjuna, who said that in Tibetan, Chanju Sugyan Jimai, Sugyan Sumai, Ranshu Yonsu Shevale, Tela Sange Sange Ju. This is Tibetan. In English is Buddhahood is not bestowed upon you by anyone. No, is the cause of the Buddhahood being held by anyone for you. It is you discovering your Buddha nature that the Buddhahood is awakened. This is what is said. So you have this treasure, the hidden treasure there. So if this hidden treasure is there, why it is not manifest? Because if this hidden treasure is not seen, means it is obscured by something. Obscured. So that is known as obscuration. In Tibetan, it is Dipa. Dipa in Ladakh is Dipa, same. Okay, Dipa. So obscuration. And this is what Acharya Dharmakirti, this name, this great teacher, this enlightened master, Acharya Dharmakirti, you must be familiar with this great enlightened master. He is an incredibly great epistemologist, psychologist, Buddhist psychologist of 7th century AD. Acharya Dharmakirti, what he said is that the true nature of mind is so pure, and the mental defilements they obscure this. So what he said is that in Tibetan, which means that the true nature of your mind is clear light, and the metal stains are adventitious. Let me repeat it. The true nature of your mind is clear light. It's so clear, so pure. The true nature of one's mind is clear light. The stains are adventitious. The stains, metal stains are adventitious. Adventitious meaning which can be removed. It's not a part of the true nature. You remove it and the true nature manifests. Okay, so remember these things, and on that basis, don't just leave it on the intellectual understanding. Don't just leave it there. So if you leave it there, it will not benefit you at all. So whatever is being said, these precious things, see if your mind also falls into this category, and all the others, they might also fall under this category. Just see that. It will take time to observe. We should be very observant. For example, like say today, 2025, October, and happy Diwali. Oh yes, happy Diwali all of you. Okay, the day, what is that? The celebration of the light. Celebration of the light of the wisdom. Okay, with this, today, 2025, October 20th, and after 10 years, okay, these young people, after 20 years, most likely you will be in your 40s. In your 40s, then observe. Remember those people who are with you in this group. I don't know whether you remember after 20 years, but after 5 years you'll remember if you keep the photograph. And, the group photo, Ravela, you did not take it. Earlier the better always. Don't keep it last. Okay, so take the good photo and then say that after 10 years, if possible, after 15, 20 years, and then you look at the photograph and you will hear that, oh, this person, this girl, this boy, now is somebody who's being sought after by many people. And then this person is teaching, this person is explaining, this person's counseling. And then you say, okay, when that time we were together, he doesn't know anything, she did not know anything. Now, it really went to such a high level of the knowledge. So that day will happen. That day will happen. So what I would say is that today we're all same. But after 10 years, 20 years, then the difference will come about. Those people who put effort, it's not about you are intelligent, not intelligent. Those who put consistent effort, sustainable effort, these people will shine 100%. 100%. And particularly those who put effort in this direction, plus put them into practice, not just study, contemplate, but study, you get information. With the contemplation, you get conviction. With the meditation, constant practice, that transformation happens. The real transformation happens with the constant practice. With the study, you will get the information. You become more learned. But contemplation, you get conviction. Wow, that's amazing. What the Buddha taught is amazing. And Socrates said like this, Aristotle said like this, and then the Samkhya Acharya said like this, Vedanta said like this, and the Sufis said like this, and Jesus Christ said like this. So dear. All these teachings, that's amazing. What these great teachers, this is amazing. So likewise, emptiness is amazing concept. So these amazements, so this gradually come through meditation, through practice. But if you have learned, contemplated, and then you keep practicing this, then the awe will come. So therefore, these are things that we need to see that eventually, after 5 years, 10 years, then gradually you see the difference. Some people, they really shine, some not. So we all have that capacity. Who is that person who's going to shine? You. Who is that person who's not going to shine? Is you. The same person, you. Those people who put effort in this direction, consistently, correct information, complete information, systematic. These people shine 100%. These people shine. These people shine. For example, like I still remember our very dear friend Tenzin Rangdula. This girl, the first time I think it was first time in Deer Park or Tosamling, yes. First time in Tosamling. And then I just noticed she was like an average. Then Deer Park, again to Assembly, she's been very consistently following His Holiness, just be around Dharamsala, Then later on, I say, for example, okay, this text, so she will tell the page number just without looking at it. This is how she started to shine within a short span of time, being so consistent. It's amazing. Is amazing. So this is where so those people who go in the right direction with the correct information, complete information, systematic information, very consistently, these people shine. You will shine. So for this, we need to make sure that you get the correct information. Okay. Having said this, we're talking about the two kinds of obscurations. So, one is afflictive obscurations, and the other one is cognitive obscurations. Okay, and afflictive obscurations say why two obscurations? Because we have two aspirations. One is to get away from miseries, and the other to have the maximum happiness. and to get away from miseries. What attracts the miseries? What attracts the miseries is afflictive obscurations. What attracts the miseries is afflictive obscurations. So if you remove the afflictive obscurations, the magnet which attracts the miseries, that magnet is gone, all the miseries will be gone. Miseries will be gone. Then you attain what is known as fearlessness. Fearlessness. So in a secular context, the word is fearlessness. In a technical context, it is known as the same concept, fearlessness. In technical sense, it is known as nirvana. So whenever you hear the word nirvana, it doesn't mean some kind of enlightenment high up in the sky. No. When your fear dissolves, you become fearless. That state of fearlessness is known as nirvana in technical sense. In a vernacular sense, in a secular sense, it simply means fearlessness. And then we also have not only the afflictive obscurations, we have the cognitive obscurations. And the cognitive obscurations, the work of the cognitive obscurations is to stop you from experiencing infinite happiness. The work of the cognitive obscurations is to stop you from experiencing infinite happiness. So, infinite happiness, who wants it? Buddhist or non-Buddhist? Everyone. Males, females, everyone. So, everyone wants infinite happiness. As such, I think there is one who does not want, who only wants 75%. Who is that? 75%? You are not 75. 70%, then this is a girl. You are the one, right? Behind Bhumagaji. You are 75. And who's 80? Oh, okay, 80 there. Did you say, hey, 75, did you get breakfast? Yes. Okay, 80, did you get breakfast? Huh? Why breakfast? Only you should have only peanut butter. Okay, so but this what I'm saying is that we want infinite happiness. There's in a vernacular sense, is that we are seeking vernacular meaning in a secular context. The word is, I want infinite happiness, if possible. So this, in technical sense, is known as Buddhahood. Buddhahood. Okay. So we're discussing what is exactly afflictive obscurations. Then we said three kinds. What are they? Contaminant karmas, afflictions, and the active seeds. Very good. And the contaminant karmas, we can identify that. The only thing is that we so get addicted to that although we know that these are something wrong, still we continue doing these things. So that is something we have to deal with. And afflictions we know. Attachment, anger, jealousy, and so forth. These are the afflictions. And the active seeds I already explained to you, like this seed of the apple. See, the apple is not the apple, but then it is the capacity, potential to give rise to apples in the future. Okay, so now what is next? What is next? What is cognitive obscurations? Or afflictive obscurations done. And cognitive obscuration. What is cognitive obscurations? Okay. Cognitive obscurations, at best, for the time being, what I can say is that I can only share the metaphor, the example. What is the example? The subtle smell of the garlic-like mental defilements. That is cognitive obscurations. And if you want to know exactly what is meant by cognitive obscuration, how do you know that? How do you know that? How many want to know that with hands? How many of you want to know exactly what is cognitive obscurations within your own mind with hands? Okay, so if you want to know that, today if I explain this, no point, except for those people who are doing the master's course. Otherwise, for others, it will not make sense. Today if I explain this. So raise hands who are going to remind me before I leave this retreat, maybe the 5th day or 6th. How many days we have now? Huh? 5 days, including today, excluding today. Including today, 5. Okay. So let's say the second last day, which means on 23rd. Okay. Somebody should remind me on 23rd. Raise hands. Okay. Liliana. And raise hands. Your name? Arti. Arti and Pamela. Raise hands. Your name? Tatiana. Okay. 4 and one more. One more. Okay. Your name? Tenzin what? There's some Tenzin. He's smart. So let's if I say, who is Tenzin? Right? He will just, he will not pay attention to us. No, there's so many Tenzin who are talking. He's smart. Tenzin what? Tenzin Shaswell. Okay. So raise hands, those 5. 5 of you raise hands. All of us, look at them. Look at them. Okay. Why? I'm asking, okay, Tenzin, you don't look at others. Others should look at you. Reason is because if I leave without explaining this, I'm not responsible. These 5 are responsible. They should remind me. If they don't remind me, then I can leave without explaining this. So therefore you have to catch hold of these 5. Good. The last one meaning the cognitive obscuration. What exactly is cognitive obscuration? This is so important. It's a little technical, and I'll try to explain this the second last day. Okay, good. So with this, given that there are the many young ones or beginners, I'd like to very quickly explain what is the 4 seals. 4 seals of the Buddha's teachings. 4 seals of the Buddha's teachings. I'm going to quickly explain this. Okay. By the way, who's managing the groups?
Now it is self-regulated. Yeah.
Okay. This is samsala, based in samsala? In which group? In which group? Okay, so Ajirji, so include this samsala somewhere. You cannot.
She's leaving today.
You cannot. I'm just joking. Okay, you're leaving. Okay. So so now the 4 seals. This is very important, and this is like the foundation of the Buddha's teachings. You go to the Theravada Buddhism, you will see this. You go to the Chinese Buddhism, you will see this. You go to the Tibetan Buddhism, you will see this. Everywhere you will see this. And if you know this, that it's not about Buddhism, it's about your well-being. Don't forget it. It's about your well-being. If you know these things so well, you see that your life will become much easier. Much easier, and then if you can really penetrate deep into this, then you will find the ultimate meaning of your life. Okay, the 4 seals, just 4 lines are there, just 4 lines. And if possible, try to recite these 4 lines on a daily basis. Recite this like 3 times, 7 times, 10 times a day, and while contemplating on the meanings. As you contemplate on the meanings of these 4 lines, oftentimes we see that how many of you know about people who are extremely sensitive, small things can really create so much of mental stress, anxiety, resents. You know about such people, resents. And I'm not asking whether it's you. You know about somebody, which means if you know yourself, it's fine. Okay, so that these people, anybody can be such person. Anybody. I can also be one like that person who can be so sensitive, small things can trigger anxiety, stress. These things can happen. So this is also dependent originated. Everything is dependent originated. So our being, as I said this morning, that if you study so well in this life, study well, and of course create other conducive factors, then next life you don't really have to just as a little girl, little boy, say somebody throws emptiness, you will just instantly understand it. Instantly understand it, and you feel such a joy there. And some people, it's amazing. There was one girl who attended, for the first time she attended, she I think was like 19 years old, several years ago. She attended the class, is my relation. And in the class, I enumerated some points, like the Tabke Melam Top Ishi, the four perfections, 6 perfections plus 4 perfections. Tabke Melam Top Ishi, skillfulness, aspiration prayer, power, and primordial wisdom. So these 4, for me. So when I first heard this, if I'm to mimic this, again I have to remember with effort. But this girl, I was so impressed. And of course, it's nothing to be surprised about, because she is such a topper in school. Top. And then I just checked after class. Again, she and her father came to see me separate in my office. I just quickly checked with her, what are the 4 powers? She said it so like she has been saying this every day. So fast. She doesn't really have to think. Photographic memory. Then after about 1 or 2 months, again I asked her, so then it slowed down a little bit. It's not as fast as how she said the time. So what I'm saying is that these are the imprints of somebody having studied these things, learned these things from the past lives. So this life, if you put effort, not waste. So while I remind you, I'm also reminding myself, don't waste your time. Make sure that, so about next life, future lives, this is a very, very, very important topic, and which is one of my, I don't know, is it my personal interest, passion, or some kind of responsibility that I feel to explore on this and to eventually to write a book on this about the rebirth concept based on neuroscience and based on the rational thinking, no blind faith, no stories, just put them together. So this is something very, very important. And okay, there's a little bit the digression though, but particularly for the young ones and others as well, I want to share this with you. Rebirth concept, because this is something which particularly those people who are exposed to the modern education, they have this issue. When you talk about the rebirth, then they find it a little, okay, this is something which I cannot accept, it doesn't really resonate with my natural thinking. So, this actually happened to me years ago. Today I'm 58. It was when I was 20 years old. How many years? 38. After 30, now it has been 38 years that this incident happened. I left my school to join the university, to join the college, and instead of joining college, I joined the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics. Then, why not college? Why not physics? Okay, it's a long story. Then I joined the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, the philosophy, rather than going to the regular university. And because I was in the Buddhist ghetto, Tibetan ghetto, Buddhist ghetto, right? Just everywhere you go, rebirth accepted. Taken for granted, rebirth accepted, taken for granted. Oh, so therefore next life I have to, so in this life if I become a doctor, that's a dead end, engineer, dead end. So I have to keep doing something, to go better. So this is next life, better. So that is, the Dharma studies. So I joined into Buddhist Dialectics. And then I joined there, and our teacher come principle. Venerable Geshe Rinpoche, amazingly great, incredibly great bodhisattva, incredibly great logician, philosopher, practitioner. And he did not have any modern education, but his thinking is so evolved and so open that he invited one American lady doctor to give a talk on neuroscience to his students who didn't speak English. And I was the one who spoke English. And then my teacher asked me, Dorji, you translate. And I was assigned to be the translator, translate for this lady doctor about neuroscience. And my learning of the brain neuroscience in school was very gross, very cursory, very gross, no sophistication. And then this lady, the talk that they give is just mind-blowing for me, for this young boy. Mind-blowing, wow, it's amazing. Because that I was the translator, I should make sure that I do my best to convey what the speaker spoke on. And because that, I paid so much of attention to what she was speaking, I could grab what she was speaking. And going back, whole night I could not have sleep because my mind was busy thinking about this all the time. I was so fascinated about the brain, workings of the brain. And Liliana, she invited me to Serbia. Liliana raised her hand. Yes, she invited me to Serbia. So I was in Serbia and she organized beautiful programs. One was dialogue between the Jungian psychologists, ladies are brilliant Jungian psychologists, and the Zorba. What is his name? There's another gentleman. Zoran, myself, three of us, and there was another psychologist also. Another lady. There are two ladies. So this is what she organized. It's a beautiful program. So what I'm saying was that with this lady medical doctor, so what she was saying was that all what I call as the mental functions, she explained this in the form of neural correlates. Neural correlates, meaning that so you speak this language, so this part of the brain is operating. And you see this color because that part of the brain is your emotional states, amygdala is activated. Everything, what I consider as mental function, she reduced everything to the brain function. Then this little boy, since my childhood, particularly when I was like at the age 15, 16, 17, my question mind was so strong. I was questioning a lot. And then the question came to me, wow, if this is how the brain works, where is the mind? If the mind is not there, where is future life? If there's no next life, why should I become monk? If not, why should I join this IBD? Why not regular college? It just shook my being and it disturbed me so greatly. Then this boy did not tell anybody. I told myself, okay, Dorji, don't start as a Buddhist. Start as a atheist. Don't start as a Buddhist in a Buddhist monastery. Don't start as a Buddhist. Be atheist. Just check if there's rebirth or no rebirth. And then on that basis, you decide your life. This is what came to mind. Then my search started. It was a beautiful journey. Search started, and one day in Japan, when I was translating for His Holiness, His Holiness was sitting on the throne, and I was sitting down there with the Japanese translator, and His Holiness has incredibly sharp eyes. Thousands of people in the air, His Holiness will scan like this. Like this glance, like this, how many seconds? 3, 4 seconds. After that, His Holiness says, Dorji, this person's there, this person's there. You could see, such a sharp eyes to see. Then His Holiness was giving teachings. And when the teaching completed, and once in a while I was making my personal note. I was not the main translator. Main translator was the Japanese translator. And every now and then His Holiness speaks in English, then I should be attentive. Otherwise, His Holiness would make some notes. Then when His Holiness was getting off the sitting throne, His Holiness said, Damul, what are you writing? So then I informed His Holiness that I was writing points on the rebirth. Anything which His Holiness said something, which is very important, the reasons, then I note it down. So this is a long journey, very beautiful journey, amazing, beautiful journey, and so precious. Okay, there's a little bit of digression. And what I'm saying is because that young people, particularly young people, and all of us, and particularly young ones, because they'll be exposed to the modern education, there's a question about the rebirth, because modern education does not discuss about the rebirth. So therefore, the rebirth is oftentimes a question that comes to everybody. So therefore, this is something, and very important. So having said this, what I'm saying is that, say, where there's rebirth, then the question is that if you study well this time, then in the next lives is very easy. So with this mind, about the four seals. The four seals, they're just four symbol lines of the Buddhist teachings. And people who go through, who are being very sensitive, who are easily affected by small things, they feel so pressurized. For them, what I say is that even that is also dependent on origination. It's not that you are bad, it's your weakness. No. Even that can be changed. Some people, so much a problem there, but they don't feel it's a problem. They manage it so beautifully. Where some people, even the small things, it makes them feel so pressured and tense. So this also depends on origination. And somebody else who managed things so confidently and without any fear is also dependent originated. So our job is to get rid of these factors dependent upon which you become very sensitive, person. You remove this and you become very broad-minded, you become very composed and not easily affected by other factors. You can make it. So when I see people, who, my dad is sick, and then the person cries, becomes so tense, my mom is sick. So if this is what is happening now, what will happen to you if you see that your mom dies? If you see that your dad dies, what will happen to you? This person will go insane. Will be paranoid. So therefore, I tell these people so 4 seals. Every day, think about these 4 seals. Recite these 7 times. And then they contemplate on the meanings. So gradually, all composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are suffering nature. So when you see all, it's not small, me, my mom, my dad, it's not like that, all. Then your mind becomes extremely acceptable, broad, and that your mind will not be easily affected. This will not compromise your compassion. Your compassion will be strengthened, your compassion will expand, but your mental tension will subside. So it's so helpful if you can recite these verses, these 4 lines, every day by taking a few minutes contemplating on the meanings. And you may not feel the benefit out right there. You will not feel the benefit. It's strange. What I noticed was that years ago, perhaps like 20 years ago, when I contemplate on these 4 lines, every day I contemplate these 4 lines. When I contemplate these 4 lines, it's strange. It depends on the situation. There's no direct impact in my mind right there. But in 2 or 3 days' time, you could feel some effect there. You could feel some effect. some very complicated issues, you are very calm. Wow, this is amazing. Usually, these things can easily, stir me, agitate me. No, they are not affected. So, I could relate this with the way I spend a little bit of more time on contemplating on these 4 lines 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the effect is felt about 2 days later, not immediately. So these benefits are amazing. Meanwhile, don't forget that we are all dependent origination. So create the factors dependent upon which you become very stable, grounded, and not too easily provoked, not easily being affected by external factors. So try to bring these factors and bring the non-conscious factors, remove those non-conscious factors. The contemplating on the 4 seals on a daily basis will be very, very helpful in the long run. So long run, when you go through, we all have to go through. Okay, raise hands, those who have lost your grandfather, grandmother, raise hands. Okay, raise hands, those who still have your the great grandfathers, great grandmothers, still have great great grandmothers, all 8. You know all 8? Raise hands. No one, which means that somewhere everybody is going through this. And the young ones, more are waiting for you. Right? Young ones, if you don't have that experience, more of these very, very tragic, very painful experiences are waiting for you. So this is what everybody has to go through. So when you go through these things, it's acute, painful. For example, for me, let's say, my example, each one of us, we have our own experience. For example, I, in the capacity of the director of Tibet House. So there, I see the staff coming, going. They come, I train them, including our gentleman here. Where is he? Including a gentleman there. He's amazing. When I say amazing, it's really amazing. It's not exaggerated amazing. It's real amazing. He's amazing. So what I'm saying is that then within a span of like 4 years, 5 years, some of them are with me for like 7 years, 8 years, and they really become so good. Each one of us, the report becomes so beautiful, and then the person leaves. So I talk about all composite is impermanent. I talk about this all the time. But deep inside, there's some kind of hollow feeling is being felt. I could feel it. Hollow feeling, deep sadness is coming. But then I said, no, hey, Dorji, you talk about all composite things impermanent, which the Buddha taught. So I think about it. Yes, and then I observe, yes, this feeling is coming. What's that like? So somebody who has been contemplating on this for years, when these things happen, the hollowness is still left there. What I mentioned with those people who do not get the chance to even hear about these lines, the pain is so unbearably painful. So therefore, now how to get rid of these pains? Contemplating these 4 lines more regularly, I would not say the pain will be 0. If you succeed on a very high level, pain will be 0. But what I can guarantee you is that even though you may not succeed to the fullest, but the pain when you will go through the future such episodes, the pain will be much less in comparison with otherwise. You getting it? Okay, so with this in mind, these 4 lines are known as the 4 seals. Why these are referred to as the seals? There's a reason. Always don't follow blindly. You should be able to ask questions. Why these 4 lines are known as seals? Okay, so tell me very quickly, what does mean by a building being sealed by the government? What does mean by that? Anyone, raise your hands. a building sealed by government, a property sealed by government. Okay, let's say Sergei. Sergei, raise hand so this little girl can see you. Raise hand, raise hand.
Yes, Geshe, that means that the entrance is forbidden. No one can go there.
Nobody can touch this property. Two sides are fighting over the property. The government sealed it. Both sides don't touch it. So, which means that it should be kept as intact. Don't alter it. Don't touch it. This meaning. Likewise, these 4 lines are known as the seals. Seals. Meaning that the Buddha said that anybody who wants to stop the tears of samsara, anybody who wants to stop the painful tears, these are the 4 things to practice. You're getting it? Buddha sealed it. Buddha sealed it. It's a metaphorical seal. It's not a real seal. It's a metaphorical seal. That anybody, if you're happy with samsara, it's fine. If you're happy in samsara, it's fine. Then you don't have to practice these 4 lines. If you're not happy, if the pain is so painful, you want to get away from the samsara, then you have to practice these 4 lines. So, it's metaphorically, the Buddha sealed. There's no excuse. You're a girl, you're exempted. You're a boy, you're exempted. You are a rich boy, you're rich, you're exempted. You are poor, exempted. No. No one is exempted. Anybody, whether you're rich, poor, learned, not learned, anybody who wants to stop the tears of samsara, you have to practice this 4. So it is sealed. This is metaphorically sealed. Okay. So one time there was my friend professor. He asked me to come to his place. So I went there, and his wife was there. So 3 of us were sitting on the dining table, we're discussing. And the wife is always in the house, taking it, both of them extremely kind, taking care of the stray dogs. And the wife is so busy taking care of the stray dogs who are injured. And in the course of discussions, they were asking me questions, I give the answer. So somehow the answer or discussion just went around, okay, the samsara, and then we have to, say even how to help these dogs for the next life. And we also help ourselves to, while in samsara, how to, manage things. And this girl said, this lady, the wife of the professor said, no, I'll not come to samsara anymore, I'm tired. You're getting it? I'm not going to come to samsara anymore, right? No need to talk about samsara. I'm not come. I'm tired of samsara. That's amazing. If by saying that I'm tired, and then you have the freedom not to come, that's amazing, right? But the Buddha said, no, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, you have to practice these four things. If you don't practice these 4 things, nobody is exempted. You have to live in samsara. This is the reality. So, this is why these 4 lines are known as seals. If you don't know, ignorance is bliss. But sometimes ignorance is bliss not too good. You're getting it? So better know the reality so that you are prepared. When you live in the ignorance is bliss, you are not prepared. And then finally when the actual tragedy hits you, and then you are shocked. Okay, so these 4 seals. And these 4 seals, when we understand this, these 4 seals, first we understand the first one, followed by the second. There should be a link, connection. The first should lead to the second to the third. It's not just random 4 lines. Okay, the 4 seals. What is the first one? All composite things are impermanent. Let me repeat it. The 4 seals. All composite things are impermanent. Number 2, all contaminated things are of suffering nature. Let me repeat it. All composite things are impermanent, number 1. Number 2, all contaminated things are of suffering nature. Number 2. Number 3, everything is of the nature of emptiness and surfaceness. Everything is the nature of emptiness and surfaceness. And number 4, transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Let me repeat it. First, all composite things are impermanent. All composite things are impermanent. Number two, all contaminated things are suffering nature. All contaminated things are suffering nature. Number three, everything is of the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Number four, transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Okay, particularly the newcomers, both sides, Russian and the others. So the newcomers, make sure that you keep the group leaders busy. Bother them. Check they think that, oh, I heard this so many times. Right? Check the knowledge. You're getting it? Ask them. Create problem on them. Put them into trouble. Ask them questions and put sharp questions to them. You getting it? And you ready? Yes? The others, they ask you questions. You're ready? Yes. Chanjula? Yes. Joshua? Are you sure? Wow, that's amazing. Okay. And Kate? Omar? Ready? Samula? Yes, okay. Okay. So one time in Switzerland, hey, where's Matia? In Switzerland, there was one gentleman. This one, the monk. And he's not too confident with his knowledge. And the Tibetan group, they requested him to give a lecture to the Tibetan group. And the lecture to be followed by question answers. And he was not confident with the question answer session. So he told me that when it comes to question answer, he threatened the group, saying that when the first half is my talk, second half is my question answer. But the question answer, I'm not scared of any question. He said that. I'm not scared of any question. So the others feel scared to ask questions. You're getting it? Terribly he said it for people not to ask questions to him. Okay, so someone seems like his confidence is like this. Don't ask me a question. Okay, so the others who are new, Sergey, ready? Others should ask question to you. Okay, there are many. All the Sherabla, ready? Others ask a question. That's great composure there. No, okay, no problem. Okay, good. So the others, you make sure that you ask questions about any of these matters. What is composite? Composite meaning? Buddha did not say everything is impermanent. Buddha did not say that. What did Buddha say? All composite things are impermanent. Not everything is impermanent. You're getting it? Which means implying that there is non-composite phenomena which is permanent. You're getting it? What is non-composite phenomena? All these things you have to ask and bother them. Bother these seniors with as many questions. You're getting it? Hey, our physicist, name? Sinshugila. So, who's your group leader? Geshe. Your brother. Okay. Okay, brother is scared of his sister, right? Andrew, yes, I know what he's saying. Okay, so Andrew, be watchful. She can ask very complicated questions. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask questions to your group leaders. Okay, good. Samsana, you're here today. So did you go somewhere in one of the groups? You don't go. Why? You don't want. No, it's not disturbance. You can share what you've learned the last many years to the newcomers. You can help them. Yeah. So till you leave, you'll be around. Join one of the groups. Okay. So, okay, with this, the first one is all composite things are impermanent. Only the composite things are impermanent. What is composite? Right? Composite meaning anything which is composed, anything which is constituted of material parts and temporal parts. Let me repeat it. Anything which is constituted, which is made of, anything which is made of material parts and temporal parts is known as a composite phenomenon. In other words, anything which is composed of, composite, which is composed of material parts and temporal parts. What is meant by material parts? What is meant by temporal parts? Material parts meaning, for example, say the atoms, electrons, protons, neutrons, these parts. For example, for the whole, like the walls, the ceiling, the doors, the floor, the windows, and so forth, these are material parts. And temporal parts meaning parts in time. Parts in time. Temporal meaning time. Parts in time. What do you mean by temporal time? For example, 2025. 2025 is 1 year. 1 year is made of 12 segments of time. 12 segments of time which are known as 12 months. And 1 month is again a temporal, phenomenon in time. And this 1 month is made of the 30 days. 30 days. So each day form as a part of the 1 month. And 1 day is made of 24 hours. So these are each of the first hour, second hour, third hour, these are the parts, temporal parts of the whole 1 day. So therefore, with impermanent phenomena, anything which is a composite phenomena should necessarily have temporal parts, but may not have material parts. But those physical things should necessarily have material parts as well as temporal parts. Let me repeat it. Anything which is impermanent phenomena or composite phenomena should necessarily have temporal parts, but may not have material parts. For example, your mind. Your mind is not made of material parts. So your mind has temporal parts, but the physical matters, they have material parts as well as temporal parts. Let's not forget it. Okay. Whatever is a composite phenomena made of the material parts or temporal parts should necessarily be impermanent. So your job is to bother your group leaders by asking what is meant by what composite phenomena are there? Non-composite phenomena. Composite phenomena, we just learned it. But what examples do you have for the non-composite phenomena? What is a non-composite phenomena should be permanent. What permanent things are there? I thought that Buddha taught everything is impermanent, but now we're learning that Buddha taught the composite phenomena impermanent, non-composite phenomena permanent. What permanent things are there? You have to bother your group leaders. Okay, all composite things are impermanent. And impermanence, it is of two kinds. Impermanence is of two kinds. Gross impermanence and a subtle impermanence. Gross impermanence and subtle impermanence. There are two kinds of impermanence. So what is gross impermanence? Gross impermanence is impermanent phenomena. Gross impermanence is impermanent phenomena whose continuum terminates. Let me repeat it. Gross impermanent phenomena is impermanent phenomena whose continuum terminates, whose continuum comes to an end. This is known as gross impermanent phenomena. Okay, for example, like our youth, birthday celebration, New Year celebration, Diwali also. So all these, what we celebrate, are the joys, happiness, they fall under gross impermanence because the continuum will terminate one day. For example, like 2024, the continuum of 2024 is stopped. Yes? No? Continuum of 2024 stopped. the continuum stopped. That is gross impermanence. Okay, and our youth, for example, young ones, is there anybody except for Pema Yangchen, is there anybody who is a teenager? Any teenager? No one. So our teenage years gone. Continuum of our teenage years already stopped. You agree? You agree? Okay, this is gross impermanence. And one day we have to even leave this body. That's the reality. There's gross impermanence. And look at for example, the old forts, old castles and these things. These are all the teachers to teach us the gross impermanence. This is reality. So that we're good when we go for sightseeings, when you go and the old forts, castle, these things. Think about this. 1,000 years ago, who was here? 2,000 years ago, who was here? Who were here? Very big, powerful people are here. Where are they now? They're all gone. This gross impermanence. Okay. Subtle impermanence. Subtle impermanence is the momentariness, which means that what is impermanent phenomena should necessarily go through momentary changes. So that is known as subtle impermanence. What is subtle impermanence? Momentariness involved, the quality of the momentariness of the composite phenomena is the subtle impermanence. Let me repeat it. What is subtle impermanence? The quality of momentariness, the quality or the aspect of momentariness of the composite phenomena is known as subtle impermanence. So therefore, all impermanent phenomena, including the gross impermanence, they have the subtle impermanence. Let me repeat it. All composite phenomena, all impermanent phenomena, including the gross impermanence, should have subtle impermanence. Not all composite phenomena is subtle impermanent. You're getting it? Have subtle. For example, how many of you have hands? Raise hands. How many of you are hands? Raise hands. How many of you are hands? No one. How many of you have hands? We have hands, we are not hands. For example, this flower is grossly impermanent, this one. But it has subtle impermanence. It is not subtle impermanent. It has subtle impermanence. I have hands, I'm not hands. This flower has subtle impermanence. It is not subtle impermanent. You're getting it? Are you able to make distinction? This flower is grossly impermanent. It's not subtle impermanent, but has subtle impermanence. You getting it? It has, because this flower undergoes momentary change. Yes? You agree? Okay. Say that, okay, look at the wall. Look at the wall of this hall. Look at the wall. How many can see that this wall is vibrating? How many can see that? No one. Hey? Raise hands. Those who can see that this wall is vibrating. Huh? Okay. In actuality, it is vibrating. She's good. Is it true or not true? In actuality, it's vibrating. Because it's nothing but made of atoms. And atoms like this. Because of the heat, temperature, right? Is vibrating. But we don't see that because our eyes are so limited. Our eyes are so gross that it does not have the capacity to see the subtler reality of the walls, of the table, your own body. And when I was a little boy, maybe I was age 14, 15, my teacher, Geshe, when he was teaching us, me as a little boy in the class, he shared one thing. It really shook me with, wow, that's amazing, that's true. So what happened was that in the olden times, say, the brocades are extremely expensive. Extremely expensive in the olden times, everywhere in the world. Silk route. How many of you heard about the Silk Route? We all heard about it. Silk Route, where the silk and silk is being the traded, and the brocade, all these are being traded. They're so expensive. And if a family has a brocade, this is like your treasure. So some of the rich family with the what? The generations of being very rich. Say 7 generations ago, they bought all these expensive brocades and they put it in the treasure store. No use, just to tell the world that I'm rich. Right? So this is a mark of the stature of the family. In the storeroom, they have these the brocades, very expensive brocades, stuck there. And it keeps lying there, no use. Keeps lying there. And the father, mother, they have the key. They are like the storekeeper. Because they don't use this. They're storekeeper. Then when they're about to die, they will make their son, daughter, storekeeper. Give it down. And then the son, daughter say, oh, we have this. Then the next generation, after about 500 years, some of them are curious to see what my great-great-great-grandparents gathered, collected. They go there, they see the beautiful shining brocades there. They go there like this. They touch it, it goes into dust. You getting it? Because the weather there in Tibet, in Ladakh, the weather is so dry. So therefore, moisture does not affect it. It remains like this, but the moment you touch it, it turns into dust. There's no brocade there. Superficially looks brocade. You touch it, dust. So, let's say in one particular year, that great-grandfather bought the brocade and put it there. Was it a dust? It was not a dust. Then after 500 years, the generation, future generation, they touch it, become dust. So when did it become dust? When did it become dust? 1 year before he touched? Or when did it become dust? Anyone? The moment it was put there, it started to change to become dust. You're getting it? It already moved in this direction, which means the change is happening moment by moment. It's not like for 10 years, it's just perfectly the same, and then gradually it becomes dust. No. Every moment it is turning into becoming dust. So the change that you see over the span of, say, like 500 years is possible because of the change, because of the momentary change happening involved. You getting it? Okay, so we'll stop here. Xian ye me to de ye bon jong bom se ye le bo ta bo je me ko sha ye bo ke la cha se lo mo ne ma mo na ye swa mo ne ma mo na ye swa mo ne ma mo na ye swa Mone Mahamona Yeswa Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswa Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswa. Three processions together.